Hello, people of God. This is my Jacob's Way TV, and I'm Dupi Dupi Singer. This is episode 69. Episode 69. I promised in episode 68 to tell you the story of how Timothy was called to come and lead a set of armed robbers to rob 7 Up in those days. And how did I get to know about it? I told you once that I allowed some women to farm vegetables on the land. If I did not allow that, there would have been too much bush around me. So there were some Igbo women that came to farm ugu and some other vegetables. One day, at the end of the day, I entered my car, I started my car, and as I was about to drive out, I found one of the women farming vegetables carrying a big load of vegetables on her head, and I will pass by away. So, like a good child of God, I decided to help her, to give her a lift to where it will be easy for her to get almost home. So I told her, bring your load. It was quite a load of vegetables. She had put it on her head. Put it in the car, I said, and I will take you to very near home. She was full of gratitude. She was very, very appreciative. So we put the load inside the car, and she sat beside me in front. And as we drove quietly on, she said to me, Madam, it is God that sent you on an errand in truth. And I said, why and how? How did she know? Why did she come to that conclusion? And she said, the boys did not know that I was in the bush. I heard them when they were talking. And if they do not tell you what I want to tell you, please make sure you do not mention it to them. Because I hid myself. They would not like to hear that I hurt them. I was becoming apprehensive. What could it be? So I asked her finally, Madam, what was it that they were talking about? And she said, did you see that young man that came in a motorcycle, came into the bush here with the motorcycle? I said, yes, I saw him. He greeted me and said he wanted to see Timothy in the bush, and I obliged him. She said the guy came to beg Timothy to come and lead an armed robbery group operation, as it were, to 7 Up. The guy had worked with 7 Up, and the guy that came to ask Timothy to come and lead the armed robbery operation had worked with 7 Up as a temporary staff. So he knew all their goings in and their comings out, as the Bible will have put it. And he said, well, at this particular time, the trucks will be arriving with cash that they have collected from all their distributors. That if they hit at that particular time or at a particular time, they will be able to make about 2 million or whatever then, as far back. I'm talking about so many years back. He gave his own good point. And Timothy said to him, the woman was telling me in the car, Timothy said to him, it's good that you thought of me, but the truth of the matter is that since I met that woman in the bush, I had made a vow to God not to do armed robbery again. The madam said that he kept saying that as the other guy kept persuading him, he persuaded him, do it. He will give you money. You will have money to spend. How much money can the woman give you? And Timo, like I always say, Uche called him that. Timo was always saying to him, no, since I met mommy in the bush and she preached Jesus Christ to me, I have made a vow to God not to do armed robbery again. That's a beautiful story of conversion. And until I talked about until in the last episode, I said I will not I will not give you the clue to it until I reach until. But the truth of the matter is that Uche and Timothy finally passed on. That's the story for another time. You need to stay tuned so that you can hear the story well. That is one example of how Timothy refused to participate in armed robbery. He eventually told me, he actually brought the guy to me and said to me, can you see this guy? Mommy, he needs help. That was what he said when he brought the guy. And when I listened to the young man, he told me that his wife was pregnant with their third child, and he didn't have any job doing, and he didn't have any money. He actually told me that the night before, his wife was crying for food because she had not eaten anything all day, and she was heavily pregnant, and that he had gone out looking for jobs, and he could not find any. And the woman was crying, and she was heavily pregnant. He felt that he could go to sleep on an empty stomach. He wondered about his pregnant wife and children. So he thought of what to do. And he decided to go to the woman that was selling rice, cooked rice, down the road in the evening for people to eat dinner. And he ordered for an amount of rice that she felt that the wife and the children could eat. And when the woman had finished serving that as a takeaway, he now searched his pocket. He genuinely searched his pocket. Search as if he was genuine. He said genuinely. He said, but I put some money here. How come my money is not there? But I put some money here. And as he was struggling to search for money in his pocket, the woman took pity on him. And the woman said, go. When you find your money, bring the money to me. That can be tomorrow. Of course, he had skillfully planned that so that he could con the woman into serving him food so that he could feed his family. He was glad that it worked. He came home and the wife had something to eat, as well as the children. By the time the guy was going, I was only able to give him 500 naira. And don't forget that I had not worked. The Lord had told me not to work. So I didn't have money to give him. But I introduced Jesus Christ to him. And I told him that if he will follow the Lord will sort his problems out for him. I didn't know how, but I knew, and I still know, that he has his ways of solving our problems. I led him to the Lord Jesus. I didn't think that was good enough for him, because he told me that his baby was soon to come, and he was becoming apprehensive about how he was going to get money to prepare for the arrival of the baby, the hospital bill, and so many other things. Timothy refused to lead that armed robbery group, operation, and God used my presence there to keep peace in the environment. Not in a way that people knew, so that they could applaud me, so that they can not for applause. But God used me to keep peace because there were so many other things, dangerous things that the boys would have engaged in. That the fact that they are now with me make them stay away from trouble and crime. I always say Timothy's story is a good story of conversion. Until he died, he never went back to armed robbery. And I am always asking you, as a Christian, since you have known the Lord, are you truly converted? Jesus Christ said, except you are converted to be like a child, you can in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven. Conversion means you don't go back there again. Conversion reminds me of cassava that is converted to gari, our local food in Nigeria. That's gari that can never be reconverted to cassava. Are you converted? Are you converted? God bless you. This is my Jacob's Way TV, and I'm Dupi Dupi Singer. I'm Dupi Dupi Singer. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to hit the notification bell, to share and comment if you are enjoying the story or not. God bless you for watching. Bye bye.